All right. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? We've got ourselves a match here in the grand finals of the Starcraft Evolution League number 7. This is a $700 prize pool for this tournament. It's played all on Starcraft 1 versus Starcraft 2 mod called SC Evo Complete. And we have Spirit in the bottom right side of the finals playing Starcraft 1 Terran up against Classic, who's playing Starcraft 2 Protoss. Now, the way this tournament works is at the start of the tournament, players lock in one Starcraft 1 race and one Starcraft 2 race, and they play that for the entire tournament. By the way, you have to mine minerals to get out of your own base here. What is this map? What? Oh, no, there's a path out the left. Cool map! Okay, we've got snow coming down. Blue snow, by the way, so I don't even know if that's snow. There's also little yellow bits. Is this... Guys, did a nuke go off nearby? Are we... Oh, is this Fallout? Like... Anyways, you have to basically always play StarCraft 1 versus StarCraft 2, and you stick with that one race. So, I don't know what the other guy's second race is, because I've watched none of this tournament. I'm coming in totally blind. I've just heard it was a good series, a good tournament, and a good finals as well. But Classic will be playing StarCraft 1 in the next one, and Spirit will be playing StarCraft 2. It looks like Spirit's going to go here, by the way, for that command center first opening. Very greedy economic opening here for him. If we were looking at pure StarCraft 1, this isn't StarCraft 1. Keep in mind, it's kind of like StarCraft 1, even though he's got StarCraft 1 pieces, but there's balance changes, number one, that make his units and things a bit different to what they would be in StarCraft 1, which is why I'm using this overlay, by the way. So I can actually, I'll hide myself from view here. I can hover over the stats and see bonuses, bonus damage types, armor types, which is why we're using this overlay instead of the one that I normally used to cast recently, because this has all the info on it, so I can investigate as we commentate. But it's also, obviously, the income's very different, right? Like, you've got 2 gases in the main, the mineral mining kicks up way faster with the 12-worker start, and Classic is going proxy robo. Dude, Classic doesn't even know where he is. He's opening 2-gate robo. Okay, so we're basically just going to see him cheese the heck out of Spirit, doing the greediest build of all time. Now, for those of you guys who've... Wait, Spirit's floating his barracks out? What is this? Are these guys crazy? Was this a full island? Oh, it's a full island map. Okay, I'm actually brain damaged, guys. I'm actually brain damaged. It's a full island map, except for this friggin' crappy path around here, which also only leads to a dead... Okay, it's a full island map. Now... To be fair, I don't think Classic knows where he spawned, right? Because couldn't they be in all 4 corners? But he's actually, like, so close to the enemy natural here with this robo. He's going to make a prism. He's making 3 gateways, 4 gateways. So it's a 4-gate early prism attack. And honestly, I feel like StarCraft 1 Terran is the most garbage faction for defending this. I haven't kept up with StarCraft Evo at all, guys. I have no idea. But in my mind, StarCraft 1 Terran is like sit behind a bunker with a siege tank and hope your opponent doesn't get in there with anything, because you're so immobile. You need to spend so much money on so many different upgrades. You need to upgrade siege mode for your tanks. You need to do all this stuff. I do not know how the hell you're going to be able to defend this as Spirit. That being said, 60 hit point SCVs. Keep that in mind, guys. 15 more hit points than a StarCraft 2 SCV. That is really powerful. Siege mode has started. It's about 30 seconds away. Siege tanks and vultures building. Classic. He's flying in the wrong direction. Oh no, Classic. Guys. What's he doing? He thinks it's cross map? Oh no! Classic! Classic! Oh no, he could be in there killing him right now! Oh my, what is he doing? Classic! Why didn't we scout next to us? He's doing what he thinks he's about to be a surprising all-in. I think he thinks it's cross map only, guys. Classic. Oh, dude, he's chasing the barracks. He never saw the barracks, but it is funny that he's kind of chasing the barracks. He's like, let's go, charge. And at this moment, his heart sinks. He's like, wait, you didn't spawn here? And he's going to be like, guys, is this not cross-map only? He sends a hallucination out. Dude, Spirit just got away with the greediest build of all time. It should have died to this. It should have been hard counted. By the way, rich gas with double the amount of gas on the natural, which is huge. And Classic, he sees the base now. Dude, if he still kills him, wouldn't that be funny? He might be able to. There's a few Goliaths, but they're not going to be out there in time. I don't think Spirit has any idea what's happening, since his barracks is still just floating around. This SCV is going to be the first thing he sees. But look at this. He's got a ferry across, man. Oh my gosh. This is so awkward. Now, luck, the 3rd command center gets spotted instantly You're gonna have to cancel that, Spirit. Spirit sees it. You should cancel that third CC, bro. Tanks need to siege. Tanks need to siege. Tanks are sieged. SCVs are pulled. SCVs are actually a genuinely good fighting unit in this matchup, remember. Oh, the Goliath's damaging the Prism. But there are Zealots picking up to the high ground as well. He's got a Wraith building right now, his Spirit. He's going to use that to try and get rid of that Prism with its mobility. Tanks are siege. SCV's not in position, though. You cannot afford to lose these tanks. Remember, they're more fragile than StarCraft 2 tanks. They have 25 less hit points. They do a lot more damage, but they go down, and that's a disaster because that Prism warps in a bunch more. Prism does go down on the right side. New tank pops out. If that tank can kill these units, it could be okay. But oh, he's going to lose another siege tank. The Drilly Boys need to surround this and end these Stalkers. The Wraith is going to add its amazing damage. For those who don't know, the Wraith has a burst laser, guys, and its DPS is truly staggering. And when I say staggering, I mean if you hit a small child in the face with its burst laser, it has a 3% chance to stagger the 6-year-old child. That is how strong the burst laser is. It is one of the most intimidating. What? Can you believe it? Those two Stalkers tanked 36 Wraith shots and managed to take it down. Color me surprised, guys. The Wraith obviously only good at that as an RTR unit. I am kind of trolling there. It's still a 1-base 4-gate game 2, or round 2 coming. Still 38 SCVs for Spirit. But the problem is he's only got one tank, and that's the issue. He's got plenty of workers. What he needs right now is to keep those tanks alive and even give up mining on the natural if he needs to. Depot going down on that side. Sentries there. Wraith's going to come in and try to get some hits on the Prism. Oh, that's really big. Anything to delay this is really nice. Look at that. Nice missiles there. Those Gemini missiles, guys. 15 damage, 20 versus armored. Look at how many different damage types there are. Wow. Versus light, armored, and versus shields. StarCraft 1 damage always a bit more complicated than StarCraft 2. Archon's getting, of course, hallucinated in here. SCVs, I like the tank on the low ground. SCVs being pulled to try and obscure this. I think you can lose 20 SCVs and be fine, because remember, it's only a 1-base all-in right now. Fort Classic. The tanks here trying to break these units down. The tanks do a lot of damage, way more versus armored units. 70 damage versus those Stalkers, but not nearly as much versus the Sentries, the Hallucination, the Zealots. But the tanks are alive. They're surviving. 17 workers have gone down, though. The attack, is it going to get cleaned up? Goliaths go for the Prism Snipe. They managed to take it out. The Stalkers, though, taking out those Goliaths. Only one left standing. No, there are still two. Stalker Sentry goes for the tank. Not going to be able to get it. And Spirit is going to hold on. I got to say, guys, a miraculous hold for Spirit after Classic wasted 2 minutes going to the wrong side of the map. I think that should be game in his favor, because this main base is not going to mine out, because these is a different mineral layout. This is not the StarCraft 2 mineral layout. I don't know. Is this 1,500 minerals per base, guys, in the chat? You guys let me know. I think it's 1,500 per base. Essentially, the bases take a lot longer to mine out than they do in modern StarCraft 2. And that means you have a bit more longevity on one base, which is good. But I think Spirit's made it past the scariest point of the game. I think this is easily a win for Classic if he actually goes to the correct base at the start of the game. And as is natural for island maps, guys, you're going to see one base all-ins, and you're going to see very greedy builds. And here we go, guys. Oh, Goliath scares it away. The 4 Sentry's going to back off. It's kind of funny seeing Sentries up against mech. Oh, that tank is over there is actually beautiful. If he sieges this like over here somewhere, that could be really nice. Oh, Goliath dropship's really cute, but oh, he kind of screws up a little bit there. Oh my god, the dropship. The deceleration on the dropship's really awkward if you don't micro it, and that tank does get taken down. The Goliath still trying to damage from this side. Maybe getting a bit too ahead of himself. Loses the Goliath, loses the dropship. Yes, the tanks take out a few Stalkers, but Spirit at this point needs to focus on his ramp. I think just leave one siege tank behind the command center is all you need there. Everything else needs to focus on defending this side, and you can see yet another attack. Hallucinated Archons are coming in right now. There's a lot of tanks out. 2 of them are sieged. Remember, guys, he's got +1 now as well. Big damage boosts. You can see the Zealots don't take that much, but the Sentry's going down. There's just no DPS behind it in terms of like Stalkers or anything like that. The Goliath's going after the Prism, and that Prism, I don't think it's going to last very long here. He's trying to warp in on top of the siege tanks. Goliath's going to take it out. Tanks on siege. Classic has to tap after blundering, not knowing. It's either he didn't know the map spawns, or he for some reason thought this was the natural expansion. Do you guys think he just expected there to be a 3rd base when he came by? Because like, what time was it that he went past with his drop? Like 4 minutes or something? 3 minutes? All right, guys. Game 2 here. Spirit gets a nice win in game 1. And he's back on StarCraft 2 turn. Not walling off, interestingly, as he goes Barracks Cast up against Classic, who's playing StarCraft 1 Pro. So they've both stuck to their main races. That's interesting. Wait. Hold on a second. Did you have to play the same race for StarCraft 1 and StarCraft 2? Surely not. I thought you could play 2 separate races. Is it just these two both happen to stick with what's most familiar to them, maybe? That's interesting, if so. Was this common? Hyper one of the organizers of this tournament, or at least supporters of it. Do you organize this, don't you, Hyper One? Basically is in the chat right now, so I'm asking questions. 99% of players choose to play the same race for Broodwar and StarCraft 2. I guess this is indicative of what you expect with StarCraft 2 players, right? Where StarCraft 2 players or StarCraft players in general are all about execution, right? It's all about optimization, and there's a lot of willingness to just try and play better rather than, you know, play with a wide range. That's kind of what StarCraft is, such a fast-paced mechanical game, often rewards. So it makes sense players would go more with the comfort zone rather than something perhaps a little bit more, you know, difficult to execute well that would give them a wider range of styles. Apparently Percival signed up with Broodwar Protoss and SC2 Terran, but then forgot to check in for the actual tournament. Didn't show up. So yeah, it looks like most players just kind of said, you know what? If I'm mostly grinding StarCraft 2 Terran, I can still kind of adapt that to StarCraft 1 Terran Classic. If I'm mostly grinding StarCraft 2 Protoss, I can adapt that to StarCraft 1 Protoss and just try and apply it. And I do think everything is it should be a bit more favored towards StarCraft 2 players because you're in the StarCraft 2 engine. You've got StarCraft 2 maps, StarCraft 2 mineral layouts here as well. And that sort of stuff, guys. Don't you love it? The Dragoon! Now, as you can see, guys, the Dragoon has a big little gun underneath him. I think that's where his lasers get shot out of, right? Or is it actually off the top? Yeah, what is that? Maybe not. Maybe not. Oh my gosh, guys, we are commentating this for YouTube right now, but we have to take a second to say, oh my gosh, Pigsty Festival got announced yesterday. And we basically said, hey guys, all donors on the stream, I'm donating 3 weeks, 4 weeks, however long it is until that tournament's over, of my stream time where all donations go directly 100% towards the prize pool. I will eat any fees on those at all. And we're seeing if we can get it to that $10,000 prize pool. We were at $2,000 after I put a bunch of my own sponsorship money and a bunch of my own money towards it. But then we got a bunch of donors yesterday. MMOff just dropped $2,000. That is all going 100% to the prize pool for Pigsty Festival. Thank you so much, MMOff. That is ridiculously generous, my friend. Really appreciate that and can't wait to have an amazing lineup. Thank you so much, dude. Really appreciate the support there. Dragoon's getting hit by the tanks right now. Let's talk about the game here. We'll give MMOff some more props, say some more thanks, and answer any other questions about Pigfest in a moment. Big thanks, Goblin, for the raid as well. But the Dragoons are in here right now, guys. Marines and tank coming to the low ground. The Dragoons are like very kind of tanky, powerful units, but oh man, losing all 3 of them is brutal. And dude, I love the death animations on those Dragoons and the way the blue smear on the ground. Don't get me wrong, killing Stalkers feels good, but nothing matches killing Dragoons. Whether it's StarCraft 1 engine or StarCraft 2 engine, the satisfying pop and smear of that blue Protoss robot blood on the ground, it is just different, isn't it? Like, I challenge anyone to tell me that doesn't feel just god tier. Euthermal and Goblin both playing 2v2s and like 2 brothers in arms. Do you know what they do, guys, when they play 2v2s? They high-five each other, and then they get a bit intimate together as well. And they make an Eiffel Tower with Piggy in the middle. And I welcome it. I welcome getting double raided by Euthermal and Goblin at the same time. Thank you very much, boys. I really appreciate the support. And big shout out to Euthermal for running those 2v2 events right now. Awesome to see. Wondering, guys, actually, because I was thinking I would love to cast a bit more 2v2 content. It's one of those things where it's been basically since WTL hosted those like Serral, Oliveira, Maru solo matches like 2 years ago, since we had like cool high-level 2v2 games to cast. So wondering if those replays are available. Do we sub to Mark? Is he putting them out in a specific way? Is it just open to anyone? You guys let me know if there's any good series from those tournaments or any special way I can get my hands on the replay pack and any games that are worth casting, because it is on very early in the morning my time when I'm asleep. Those Dragoons getting caught by the shuttle. Dragoons on the right side, going to try and pull back the Marine tank, chasing him down right now. Spirit, dude, he's trying to push forward. The shuttle is so slow without shuttle speed, by the way, guys. I don't even know. This shuttle, it feels like whenever I'm watching the StarCraft 1 shuttle without speed. Oh, the Reaver! Watch out for the Reaver! The Scarab lands on nothing. It literally hit a Marine corpse. Oh, Spirit keeps splitting individual Marines. You've got to target fire that Reaver. But oh no, he loses his Reaver. Classic's getting hammered right now. I was going to say, watching a shuttle try to run away from anything, it's kind of like watching a geriatric car chase. You guys watch when like someone's in a mobility scooter getting chased by cops? The Liberator in the main. Spirit says, oh, I'm sorry. Do you enjoy StarCraft 1 or StarCraft 2? Because I'm going to bring all the StarCraft 2 units in here. We've got the Liberator there, forcing those Dragoons out. And yeah, no reactive Warpins, of course, to deal with that with StarCraft 1. Tank gets intercepted, dude. Dragoons do pretty good damage here as well. They do 20 versus Armored, intercepting the Vikings, but losing the third is rough. Classic's going to need to get 6 Dragoon value or a few good Reaver shots. 1 or 2 good Reaver shots could do it. Without the shuttle speed, it's really hard. He's got Singularity Charge, which is range for Dragoons. He's also got the Scarab damage upgrade, taking it from 100 to 125 per Scarab. The Scarab is the Reaver's shot, by the way, but he loses this shuttle to the Marines. The Dragoons will clean everything up there, and that will be able to finally clean this, but not without massive damage going down. And keep in mind, Spirit has a bio follow-up. He's got 3 racks, he's got stim, he's got shields, he's got a 3rd command center, as well as a starport. All right, so we've got a lot of new people that just tuned in, so we've got to update them. How does StarCraft 1 versus StarCraft 2 work? So this is a mod, and this is the grand finals of the ESC Evolution League week 7, or tournament number 7, 700 USD prize pool, and both players at the start of the tournament lock in a StarCraft 1 and a StarCraft 2 race, and you always alternate. So basically, these guys have both picked the same race. They're both playing Terran StarCraft 1, Terran StarCraft 2 for Spirit, and Protoss StarCraft 1, Protoss StarCraft 2 for Classic. Spirit did a greedy CC first on an island map and should have died to Classic's 1-base 4-gate Prism, but Classic had a 3 a.m. brain fart. Apparently he was playing this in the middle of the night his time, and he literally went right past his base to the opposite corner of the map, unloaded all of his units, went in with his surprise attack, realized Spirit wasn't in that base location, so it took him 2 minutes extra to get his 1-base all-in to the correct base. And turns out, when you're doing a 1-base all-in, giving the greedy command center first guy 2 extra minutes, actually not good. Didn't work out well for Classic. He still almost killed him, which goes to show strategically it was the right build choice. He just kind of screwed up on the execution. But oh, gotta stay away from those tanks. Another Dragoon gets plastered. Dude, isn't that satisfying? Sorry, I gotta say, I don't care if I'm cheering for Protoss right now because I want to see the comeback. Holy Scarab Batman. He got a big shot off. Will he get a 3rd? He takes out quite a lot of the Marines, but he's going to lose the shuttle. You need shuttle speed. Gravitic drive 10 seconds away, but another shuttle goes down. Dragoon counterattack's really cute, though. Going to take out a few SCVs as well. Dude. Basically, yeah, if you don't understand a Dragoon, guys, a Dragoon is a Stalker that doesn't have Blink, but it's a bit stronger, tanky. It's got 180 hit points instead of 160 in total. And the thing is, it's got 7 range instead of 6. It does a little bit more damage overall. It's kind of like halfway between an Immortal and a Stalker is the Dragoon. I would say because of Blink, the Stalker is obviously the more versatile unit, but the classic, Dragoon is just like a move and shoot unit. The Reaver here is one of the slowest disruptors of all time. Oh, you can't be letting your... Guys, okay, so Reaver Micro is a lot like Baneling Micro in ZVZ. You cannot let your Banelings blow up on a single Zergling. Likewise, you always want your Reavers to have a move command and target fire the enemy bio. Spirit keeps sending single Marines forward to waste the first shot, and then he pounces on the Reaver, and that's so powerful, because if there's a Reaver here, he could stall this out, but without the Reaver, it's going to be a problem. Zealots come in. Remember, these are Speed Zealots, guys. They have the shoes upgrade, leg enhancement. Zealot legs is done, but... the bio pulling back, those concussive shell Marine Marauders, so good, man. The way concussive shells and stim and shields and medevacs works is truly an unholy combo. And it's kind of funny because there's things about StarCraft 2 I just take for granted, and it's only when I see them fighting units from older games where I realize how freaking cracked they are. Reaver gets a good shot off. Okay, don't be firing a single Marauder though. He's got to fire again. The Zealots need to pull back. The Reaver can hold its own for a second. Remember, it has to build its ammo, and he gets a Marauder or two, but it gets focused down. Marauder's so good. There just wasn't enough Dragoons left to defend it, and I think at this point, Spirit is just going to barely be able to overwhelm. Here's a 4th command center up 66 workers. Classic only on 60. Classic's just been a bit too far behind on the back foot for too long. He's trying to get a Templar Archives. He's building 3 Zealots, 5 Dragoons at a time. Remember, these are rallying out of his buildings. He does not have Warp Gate. This is not a StarCraft 2 Protoss. He does not have Warp Gate. He's got to rally out like a normal RTS player. And he will get rid of those tanks on the front line, but that Reaver getting target fired as well does get a shot. That you can see the Scarabs, they're decent, but I do think it's kind of interesting, right? Because the Reaver is clearly good because it blows up straight away. So if they run into it in a ball, it's kind of more brutal than a Disruptor in that regard, but it also doesn't have anywhere near the AoE, and because it tends to blow up on the front unit, unless you target a unit in the middle or the back of the Terran army, the Reaver shots often only hit a couple units on the front. So the Reaver, I think, is like really interesting as a how you micro against it as the Terran trying to bait shots, and as the Protoss player keeping that Reaver moving back and forth and only firing when you intend to is going to be really key. But I think just the delayed shuttle speed was probably the biggest problem here for Classic, as Spirit takes an early 2-0 lead. All right, guys. Spirit's up 2-0, and he is close to finishing off Classic in this Grand Finals. Is it just going to be a clean sweep? I mean, right now, I dare say he is whipping Classic, guys. Look at that, guys. He's got, I think it's the Sons of Korhal, is it? The hand with the whip. Because remember, guys, if you're fighting for mechs, you're fighting for slavery. And Spirit apparently, I guess StarCraft 1, for whatever reason, just shows up. It is Sons of Korhal, right? The arm with the whip. It's just like, you know, I'm not saying they're clearly the bad guys. They're clearly the bad guys. The number of people who tell me the Sons of Korhal are actually the good guys whenever I bring this up, they're like, no, the whip represents hard work and determination. I'm like, guys, it's clear. They've made it as obvious as possible who the goodies and the baddies are. StarCraft is not a game of great nuance, okay? Like, you know, people will be like, well, no, actually, StarCraft 1 Kerrigan was trying to help people by killing billions of them. And I'm like, you guys are actually insane. Like you're revealing your own psychosis right now. Anyways, so update on the format, by the way. It is actually the loser of the match gets to pick StarCraft 1 versus StarCraft 2. So it doesn't need to alternate. It's just Classic has chosen to go back. So he chose StarCraft 1 Protoss in the last game. Now he's chosen to go back to StarCraft 2 Protoss. He could just keep playing StarCraft 1 Protoss, but I think he's just kind of mixing it up and going, oh man, you know, that last game didn't work out. Let's go back and forth and see what I can find here. And it's good for the viewership as well. I think it's nice for us getting to see the alternation between these two matchups as Spirit's back in the StarCraft 1 side of things with these depots with that giant fan. Guys, question. Do StarCraft 2 supply depots, are they hot? Because these StarCraft 1 depots have a lot of ventilation. Or is it to that point where it's just better hidden in the StarCraft 2 depots? These StarCraft 1 depots are like your friend who has that mid-budget or low-budget tower that he's built, his computer, and it's just like, and you're like, dude, is this like a muscle car or is this a PC? I don't understand why it has to make that much noise, you know? Anyways. We've got a Stargate going up on the natural over there, so Classic's going to play Stargate. Maybe bring out some of that Oracle with the energy recharge. I'm sure StarCraft 2 Terran StarCraft 1 Terran, absolutely loves dealing with stasis traps and Oracle's killing workers. Can you get a Goliath out in time? I don't think you need, do you need an armory to build a Goliath? Or can you just build one straight away, guys? I know classically in StarCraft 1, you need a lot of buildings and upgrades and add-ons to make things, but can't remember what you need to make Goliaths. You need Amor, according to chat. The Amor. Here we go, guys. Depth's coming in. Now, the Marines do have +5 hit points in this mod compared to actual StarCraft 1 Marines, because otherwise they'd get two-shot by Adepts and Oracles. That was one of the first balance changes they made when this mod came out, because we realized that StarCraft 1 Marines were actually worthless. Chat confirms it is the armory for the Goliath, and that's why he's building it right now. Question is, does it get a Goliath out in time? Oh gosh, Spirit moving out with Marines as well. A little risky here, man. Oh, these Marines actually shoot faster than StarCraft 2 Marines, guys. Right? Aren't StarCraft 2 Marines every 0.86 seconds, or am I... Oh, no, maybe I'm thinking of the old time element, back at like the old Heart of the Swarm time. Oh, Vulture Marine coming in. That could do big damage. The Goliath, it's almost out. Dude, Goliath's built in only 22 seconds. Oh, they build fast. This is a well-timed Goliath. Yes, the Oracle gets in there, but only for a few seconds. And he doesn't target fire it. Classic, get out, get out, get out. Goliath gets some good damage on the Oracle. Oracle does nothing. But the Oracle at home should be able to kill these Vultures. The Vultures, though, nice stutter step. Remember, they don't do splash damage, but they move and shoot so smoothly. The Oracle, he's almost out of energy. You gotta recharge. Oh, no, he's gonna run out of energy on the Oracle before it can kill the last Vulture. That is a problem, mate. Oh, no. The other Oracle comes in, gets only 2 SCVs. Dude, this is a disaster. Does finally recharge, turns the laser back on, kills the Vulture, but 10 probes going down. Guys, Spirit is... I don't want to be rude. Is he teabagging Classic, though? I mean, he's definitely crouching and standing up on his corpse right now. You know, if we were playing an FPS, he'd be in chat saying, I banged your mum, ha 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 ha, F-U, see you, mate. You know, like, generally there'd be some 12-year-old on a Valorant voice chat banter going on right now, you know? SCV's getting taken out on the third. At least that's a little bit of counter damage, but we've also got siege mode coming in, vehicle weapons. He loves his really early armory upgrades, does Spirit. I think it's just because he's got to get Goliaths to deal with potential air or prisms from the StarCraft 2 Protoss being out on the field so early. That command center will have to cancel, guys. Apparently SC2 Marines, guys, shoot ever so slightly faster than StarCraft 1 Marines. Chat's confirmed SC2 is 0.61 second cooldown on their attack. StarCraft 1 Marines 0.67, so very similar. Stalkers having a bit of a dance here with these Goliaths. Uh-oh. Is this the right move? I mean, he distracts with the Stalkers, trades 1 for 1. There's a turret up in the main base. Stalkers, pretty good move in shoot units. He's going to go for the machine shop, which has 750 hit points. What? What? Were machine shops that tanky in StarCraft 1, guys? Nice Stalker micro, gets himself a Goliath. The Oracle's fighting a surprising amount of damage on the high ground. 750 life is wild, guys. That's like as many hit points as a robotics facility. Reactors and tech labs normally have 400 or 350 hit points. So that's like double. That's tanky as. It's almost as strong as the barracks is. Tankier than a friggin' battle cruiser, man. Command center getting blinked on up here. Dude, the blink... Dude, Spirit was so far ahead. He's kind of dying to this Oracle blink counter pressure. Good pullbacks. Dude, is Classic going to get back in this game? He was about to get 3-0'd. And now he's evening this game out. He's got a third up. He's making charge. He's probing. The tanks are coming forward, though. These Stalkers need to get out of there. He does. He's going to rotate to the natural, though. Spirit completely abandons his natural to defend there. Dude, Spirit's panicking a little bit. These tanks are going way too far forward. He needed to pull the SCVs already. Dude, if he loses both of those tanks... Oh, that other tank barely survives. He's got to repair it. The Goliaths are there. The tank trying to get touched up. Those SCVs, mass repairing. Tank gets a good shot off. Remember, tanks do 70 damage versus armored, or 75 versus armored, 60 versus shields, 46 versus light, 56 flat if there aren't any of those other types there. This is with +1. So, guys, if you were wondering, was it harder to remember unit stats back in StarCraft 1? Yes. Yes, it was. By the way, it's called the Mjolnir 120mm shot cannon. Was it always called Mjolnir? Or as I used to call it back in the OG Dota days, when I didn't know it was the name of Thor's hammer because I knew nothing about Norse mythology, Mjolnir. The lightning hammer weapon is what we used to call that in 2006. Fun times. SCVs chasing after these Stalkers. I was like, dude, I just need to get one more item so I can get my Mjolnir. I do miss those days, you know. In between going to order a Subway, sandwich with extra jalapenos, it was, you know, good times down here in Australia, guys. We speak good Englando, you know. Speaking of which, 54 SCVs versus 61 probes, +1 vehicle plating coming in. How many gateways we got coming up right now? 5 gateways. Oh, no, sorry. 6 warp gates, 2 more. So it's going to be 8 gates, 4th Nexus. Classic's done an amazing job of slowing down Spirit. But he's still behind in the units lost time, as you can see in the top left. Not only that, he's getting ion thrusters for his vultures, +1. I wonder... Can you defend the next push? You've only got a few units. If you could warp in like 2 rounds of Zealots, I think you can charge on top. Now, in StarCraft 2, the big problem Mech has is that essentially charge Zealots and Immortals destroy Mech too hard. Zealots charge on top, force them to do friendly fire. Diving on top. You've got Immortals do crazy bonus versus armored. And Hellions and Widowmines can't really stop the Zealots before they get on top and clear stuff. And it's that combined with the Warp Prism being able to just create units inside your base. The problem Mech has in StarCraft 2 versus StarCraft 2 is, can you cover the edges versus drops? Can you also defend the front from Zealots charging in from multiple sides and Immortals coming? And usually the answer is no, you can't cover all of those. But a one-directional hold for Spirit, especially with a barracks landed down here partially blocking, might help. I don't know if he's going to get the barracks landed in time, though. He doesn't know about this tank just now. A lot of his tanks aren't siege. The Goliaths and Vultures are also kind of trapped behind those tanks. He's got to get them in front. He sees it now. He sees it. He sees it now. Oh, it's a lot of Zealots, though. And with not many Vultures, mostly Goliaths in here, the tanks are getting hammered. And witness me, says Classic, as we are reminded once again that StarCraft 2 Protoss ignores the strengths of Mech. And I've said this many times, the only way you beat Mech, at least with StarCraft 2 Mech Terran, is you need to be completely walled off. If your tanks are not behind a wall, you will die to the first A move from the Zealots, unless you have an immense army. Which is why if there was a wall off here, and there was like a bunch of tanks there, and then you maybe like put a tank there and a tank there, which I guess you need a dropship to do, kind of hard to do. Maybe you can defend. It's so tough to defend these sort of attacks. And likewise, he did have turrets come up in the main, but if a prism flew right past or flew down this right side and started warping in zealots in the back, that also could have ruined him there. Hard to hold on, and I wonder how anyone takes down StarCraft 2 Protoss with mech, StarCraft 1 or StarCraft 2 Terran. All right, guys, Spirit down here in the bottom left, back to StarCraft 2. So it looks like he has said, oh, I lost a game. Let's go straight back to StarCraft 2 where he feels comfortable. We are on a pretty big map, and Classic in the bottom right side playing StarCraft 1 Protoss is going for a proxy gate in the middle of the map. Dude, my man, it's clearly a giant 4-play map. It's called Citadel by the looks of it. I did notice, by the way, on ley lines, the bases actually had half of the minerals. They were StarCraft 2 minerals, where it was 1800 on some patches, 900 for the other, whereas this is back to StarCraft 1 minerals. So it seems like what they've done is the StarCraft 1 maps have 1500 minerals on every patch, and the StarCraft 2 maps have the StarCraft 2 split, 1800 minerals on the heavy ones, 900 on the short ones. So he's going to go up this ramp. That ramp, dude, that is... What is that? What? What is that? What the hell? Is that just a normal ramp, or is there something special there? Is that the thing that I had a descriptor at the start that I missed? That's a bizarre... You guys let me know if I missed something. I think it's just a normal ramp, but it just looks weird. Oh, wow. It was, I guess, just a bit of high ground in the middle as well. Damn. Oh, damn. Someone says 200 hit point, 10 armor. I don't know what 200 hit point, 10 armor is. Sorry, guys. I missed it. Destructible ice crates are meant to emulate Zerg eggs. They're 4 armor. They are located on your ramps. Oh, okay. So there's some destructible crates. Oh, these things. Oh, I see. These little crates here. Okay, these things are... okay, so the ramp is actually very narrow until those crates go down. Pylon does get cancelled, but he forced Spirit to build a command center off center. Zealots are building, guys. He's also got double gas behind it and a cyber core, which means 2 Zealots into 2 Dragoons. Now, he's not going to show it straight away because Spirit does not like scouting. He doesn't want to give away what he's up to. The Reaper chasing the probe to the wrong side of the map. Oh, this is genius. This is genius from Classic. He's luring him to the wrong spot. This is actually such a play. This is such a play right now because there's nothing at home to defend. Spirit. Oh, God. Spirit. He's chasing him to the wrong side. Why is there a shield battery? He's building a shield battery at home to protect his probes. That's hilarious. Zealots thinking about coming in, but they're hiding. He's waiting for the Dragoons. I think he's got to go, man. He's got to go. There's already a bunker building. He doesn't know about the bunker, though. If he doesn't stop that bunker from going, it's going to be harder. Okay, perfect timing. Zealots are there. The Dragoons stop the Reaper from coming home. This is so bad for Spirit. Oh, no. His bunker's not up. He's going to pull the boys. Okay, he's going to try and defend on the ramp, but that means these SCVs are going to get hammered. Remember, these are StarCraft 2 SCVs, only 45 hit points. It is only 15 damage versus regular, 12.5 versus light. The Dragoons do not do good damage versus all these light units, these SCVs, Marines, but they're still going to be tanky. They're going to outrange them, and they're going to be able to move and shoot with the Zealots there as well. This is crazy damage. Is he just going to kill him? Is he just going to kill him? He might just kill him. He's trying to build a Widow Mine. He's still not got an add-on on the bunker, on the barracks. Sorry, Spirit playing too greedy. Oh, no. I think Classic here might just have him, dude. Unfortunately for him, every early bloody Terran unit is light, which means, actually, the Widow Mine, I don't think it can kill a Dragoon. If you go with the full hit point shields Dragoon, it has 180 hit points, and I think a Widow Mine does, yeah, not quite enough. Oh, actually, maybe it does with all that bonus to shields. Dragoons here, nice stutter step. Dude, the Dragoon gets surrounded, but look at how much damage he's doing there. Massive play here for Dragoon. Finally, Classic punishing Spirit's greed, which honestly he should have done in the very first game of this series. Singularity charge, that's Dragoon range is coming in, and he will be going for his own natural, I imagine, at some point. Moving a probe out to the middle. Oh, is he going to proxy a robo in the middle as well? Guys, he's going to go Reavers in the middle of the map, I think. Maybe, maybe not. Probe now heading down south. Looks like there are rocks blocking the towers on this map, and indeed trying to get the money for that Nexus. I'd love to see Classic getting a few more guys on minerals. I mean, he's going to rebuild up here. Oh, the Dragoons are just going to YOLO. As I said, yeah, they can tank it. They can tank. They survive on 20 hit points because Dragoons are so tanky. 180 total hit points. And of course, Widow Mines are designed to one-shot StarCraft 2 Protoss units, not StarCraft 1 Protoss units. So he survives there, takes this shot and says, hey, now I've got this big section of units. Tank's about to pop out. If he can just two-shot the tank, it'll be good, but notice the tank pulls away. He's going to siege it straight away. The SCVs and Marines pushing him back, and the Dragoons trying to micro their little hearts out, but they are going to have to stay back. Oh, actually, Factory's going to have to lift back. Another Dragoon does go down. I love that blue smear, guys. Dude, those ramps look so cool, don't they? Oh, the Dragoons dive! He pretended to withdraw. He goes back in and he's like, just kidding. Lol, 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 lol. And Spirit has to tap out there. Classic ties up the series, but because Classic just won, Spirit gets to pick race for the final game. And I think he's going to pick StarCraft 2 Terran again. All right, guys, going into the final deciding game of this grand final. Spirit in the bottom right. Of course, he picked StarCraft 2 Terran Classic. Let's see what he can do with StarCraft 1 Protoss. Now, we're going to be playing on Sylphid, guys. And you can see here, you got to expand out towards the natural. We do have the little, destructible crate thing here. I guess I can close that tooltip there. Emulates the Zerg eggs. We've got the base is really fast spread on StarCraft 1 maps, pretty much always. And this should be StarCraft 1 minerals. Yeah, 1,500 minerals, 220, 250 gas geysers, and double gas on every expansion on this map by the looks of it. Okay. So, Barracks gas, no wall off for Spirit. He's not trying to wall off at all. Not worried about Adepts running in against the StarCraft 1 Protoss, which makes sense. And we'll see how this goes. Chat's pointing out, could Arbiter cast a reveal? No, it could stasis units and it could have a recall ability. Maelstrom actually detected units? Really? I had no idea. Oh, that's really cool. I mean, Maelstrom Storm is an insane combo versus Zerg. Dark Archon and High Templar combined. Hard to pull off, but kind of crazy when you land those spells, especially in the StarCraft 2 engine where the units clump up like crazy. But oh, look at Kakaroo, guys. Kakaroo, poo on you. If I ever make an RTS, guys, I'm going to make the flying critters do an occasional poo. And if it poos on a unit, it does 1 damage. It's like very low chance it'll happen. But I just feel like RTS games need more RNG to be fun. But like, it doesn't have to be super impactful. You just need small, small funny RNG. Just so basically ADHD commentators can be entertained going, did I just see the bird poo on that probe? You know, like basically that's my dream for the future of real-time strategy competitive games. That's what Artosis and No Regret were talking about in that video, guys, a few months ago, you know, is we need more bird poo in our strategy games. So it's going to be a Nexus 1-gate expand into a 2nd-gate Dragoon opening. 2-gate Dragoon. Should be able to get map control, and I like the change of pace after playing so aggressive earlier on. You know, going to a more defensive style. And I don't know if Reavers are where it's at. Now, one thing I noticed using the StarCraft 1 High Templar when I did play a fair bit of this mod a few months ago. I say a fair bit, not that many, but a few games. The StarCraft 1 Storm does like, I think it's like 30-40% more damage than the StarCraft 2 Storm, but it has, I think, 1 less cast range, and the High Templar is so slow on its cast animation. So Storm's kind of amazing for StarCraft 1 Protoss compared to StarCraft 2 Storm. It's like way better and also way worse. It's hard to land it because the High Templar is so slow, the cast speed's so slow, the cast range is not good. But man, if that Storm lands, it is redonkulous how much damage it does. So it's kind of a bit of a mixed bag there. Widowmine's going to come to the front. Dude, no bunker? Dude, no bunker. Like, I get Dragoons outrange them, but like, once Singularity Charge is done, but no bunker is crazy. You're meant to hold them off with repair. That's like StarCraft 1 PvT in a nutshell, isn't it? This Dragoon... Classic. He's trying to make it look like the StarCraft 1 micro. For those who don't know, you might think he's clicking this back and forth. He's actually just told it to move down here once, and the StarCraft 1 micro is in place. The Dragoon's just like, Duh! Which way you want me to go, sir? And you're like, I'm sorry, did you guys literally, they're like, when Blizzard created it, they were like, we want the ogres from Warcraft 2. We want a unit that behaves like what we imagined the ogre from Warcraft 2 should do. That way. No, that way. Ooh. Dragoons actually break the Widowmine. Tank's not here yet. That tank not covering this natural just yet. Marine's taking a lot of damage. That Dragoon needs to pull back though. Tank is getting close to the front. If he can siege it, it's going to hold the position. And it looks like it will be a hold. Spirit though, under pressure from that 2-gate and already 3rd Nexus on the way behind this. So Classic's looking pretty smooth. He's got the Robo up. He's going to go Citadel of Adun as well as Observatory, which means... And a Forge... Observatory allows you to build observers. So guys, this is the joy of the complicated tech trees we used to have in old RTS games. If you didn't play StarCraft 1, you need an observatory to make observers. You need a robotic support bait to make reavers. I think all you can make out of this is shuttles when you first build it. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's only shuttles. Citadel of Adun is like a Twilight Council. It allows you to get a Templar Archives, which is also a Dark Shrine in this game. So that's kind of nice. But it also upgrades, of course, Zealot Legs. I don't think there's any other upgrades on the Citadel other than Zealot Legs. I think that's the only one. But anyway, oh no, he's missing him. Oh, Spirit's army. He didn't even mean to do this. They both just clicked across the map. Classic. No, not like this, mate. Oh, no. He doesn't see the push coming. Oh, no. Marine Tank Viking coming forward. What a design. I mean, at least his Dragoons can counterattack and cut off the reinforcements, but... Oh, so many probes going down already. 5 probes and such a good position. And he sees, like, no units on the natural, and he's like, wait, what? Where's your army? The Dragoons are now going to catch the rally. This should give Spirit plenty of time to prepare, though. Dragoon's trying to slow the siege down. Not going to be able to do too much there. Zealot legs and 4 more gateways building. Remember, you don't warp in. You got to build these units gradually. Dragoons are going to try to come from behind. I don't know if that's the play. Oh, he's going to go for it. He gets rid of a tank. Probes being pulled as well. The tank not shooting the probes. Dude, kind of nice break here for Classic, I got to say. I thought Classic was dead in the water, but those probes, quite a few die. As the Zealots come in, they are going to tank a little bit. Allow him to push back Spirit's push. Spirit's push maybe a little half-baked, even though he had the perfect opportunity. Caught Classic off guard. Didn't do that much damage. And Spirit actually getting chased home, which is going to reset him. No stim, no shields on the way. He's just making Cloak Banshee, which with observers out, I think Classic's actually well ready for. And damn, dude, Spirit way overcommitting as he starts a 3rd command center behind this. Classic with a miraculous hold. And he's going to have to reprobe up behind this and try to recover. Tanks landing on the Zealots right there. Zealots coming forward. Starcraft 1 Protoss getting revenge, man. Bunker does get cancelled, though. But the Observer's taking up station, setting up. He's got to go see that Banshee production. Oh, it's already here. Oh, no. And remember, guys, just recall the Observer. No, just kidding. You don't get recall in this game. But the Zealot Dragoons are going to try to break him. Zealot Dragoon trying to take out the tank with the Dragoon. Zealots going after the SCVs. Those StarCraft 2 SCVs very fragile, but they do end up holding on. Dragoons need to get out of there. Only 2 probes went down. Spirit was distracted by this. Where's the Observer, though? Where is the Observer? He's waiting for the Observers to go home. He should have just built a new one, I believe, as those Observers are very slow in this game until they get speed. Banshee does survive over there. This one is going to be flying in towards the main base now as another 5 probes. Make it 6 do go down. Massive damage for Spirit's Banshee. And he does defend at home as he starts to go for Stim, 3rd command center. So lots of follow-up stuff here for Spirit. Observers here. Finally, the Dragoons are going to shut that down. But it's a light unit, which means it doesn't take very much damage from these Banshee, these Dragoons, man. Dragoon damage so uninspired versus anything that's not an armored unit, right? Oh, here we go. He's trying to come back in, the cheeky bugger. The Observer's there. Banshee goes down, only gets 1 more probe. But hey, Banshee down there at the 3rd as well. More and more distraction. He's going to try and run that away. I do think... What's the movement speed? 3.85. A Dragoon is 4.11. They technically can chase a Banshee down, but only marginally faster. 3rd command center is up. Stim, shields, 3 racks up, 4th and 5th barracks building. So he's into a normal bio game heading towards a 3rd base as Spirit. Meanwhile, Classic feels like pretty screwed here. He's a bit supply blocked. He's down in supply. Yeah, I mean, he's going to add Storm, though, which is nice. And gets himself a Banshee. Only 1 of those left. Still, no defense on that side. The Observer will see the Banshee coming in here for Classic. How quickly can he react? Can't warp in, remember. Banshee's going to move to that right side as well. Big thanks, Nepal. Thank you for the subby sub. Ghost Academy coming in. Oh, Ghost Academy's going to be pretty big now. The way StarCraft 1 shields work, remember, guys, is these are not out of combat regen. They will regen just gradually over time. It's just constantly regenning, even in combat. 62, 63, 64, 65. So you can see the way that's working. Zealots, 100 hit points, 65 shields. Dragoons, 110 hit points, 70 shields. And a shuttle is on the way. So it's going to be Storm Drop style. Problem, guys, no shuttle speed. So remember, shuttle is kind of worthless as a combat moving unit until you get that Robo support bay and you get that Gravitic Drive upgrade. He has Citadel of Adun. He has an observatory. He does not have the Gravitic Drive upgrade or even the tech structure to start it, which means I don't think we can rely too much on Storm Drop. Kind of just going to have to give these High Templar roaming. You can see the High Templar. He's a slow boy, guys. Remember, they hover around. They take forever to cast their spells. Their cast range isn't great, but man, that Storm does damage. 112 damage over 3 seconds. Keep in mind, a StarCraft 2 Storm does 80 damage over 4 seconds. So the damage per second is kind of crazy. Since the tower comes forward, 3rd command center's up. Spirit's macro looking good. Really comes down to who's going to have the better late game. And of course, we know how Bio Ghost plays out against StarCraft 2 Pros. He runs forward to scan the Observer, but he actually lost track of it. And the Observer gets behind him. This is really good for Classic. Gets him really good info on when these tanks on siege to move out. And he's got his whole army over here. And if he can launch in, actually, these tanks aren't fully covering the left side. And if the bio stims over, you get a storm drop here and storm him on the bridge. That's huge. But this missile turret's actually really helpful. Looks like he's just going to storm drop the workers. Not a bad way to do it. Kaidara and Amulet's coming in. That is going to be plus 25 starting energy. So the High Templar spawn with Storm. And look at that. Storm's coming in. Oh my gosh. That's a storm drop, ladies and gentlemen. That is a storm drop. 18 SCVs. This shuttle without gravitic drive is so slow, but it does get out of there. That's modern StarCraft 2 storm drops. They always, at pro level, leave the SCVs on Reddit points and kill like a few. The StarCraft 1 storm, though, deadly. Oh, dude, he's moving out. Classic. He's moving. He's not caught the move out again. Classic. Oh, no, he moves his army into a wedge between the enemy units. Not good for him at all. But he's got more army coming down, more High Templar, more Zealots. If he can get a storm on this army, that could be good. There's only so many ghosts. He's got to spread those High Templar out and try to find it. But right now, the map vision is a bit lacking for Classic. He's got to figure out that this army's rotating right. Otherwise, he is screwed. He's not seen it. He's not seen it. He's got to go right. Dude, the scan on the right side, Classic. Oh, no. He lets him up his guts. And that is not where you want your opponent to be, up in between your bases. Then again, will the flank on this push work like it did earlier in the game? High Templar comes forward. He's got a Psystorm ready. Psystorm, Psystorm! Psystorm lands on the bio! He stands in it for a second. Remember, if you're not used to those graphics as a StarCraft 2 player, it might not fully be as quick to react there. High Templar coming forward in the Prism. Can he land the Storms? EMPs come down. So do the Storms, though. If he can land a Storm on the left side, he can't get in there. The Zealot's blocking him. High Templar Storm! Oh! Holy what the oh, I'm sorry. Did we just witness when the kid thinks he finds out that his dad can still swing? You know, he's like, Dad, you suck. Your generation doesn't know how to do anything. And he's like, you don't know the shit we've seen, son. Oh my gosh. That was a brutal Storm series there. And, man, I think yeah, wow, just insane. I mean, you got to realize, guys, the Broodwar Storm has that dad energy. It has that old man strength, you know? It's got that crazy, crazy power. When it's able to land, you cannot corner yourself against it. You really need to make sure you have siege tanks or range libs, or you're landing every MP just perfectly. A Corsair comes out and kills the dropship. Just he's like, hey, I need something to get rid of these drops because I don't have much mobile anti-air. I'm going to try and counter drop here. He's going to attack down here at the third, though. Third gets broken. Spirit gives it up. I think he realizes he can't fight the army, so he's got to do something a bit fancy. Zealot, Corsair. But, oh, nice focus fire. Spirit takes out the dropship and will fly away. Remember, there's no feedback on the StarCraft 2 High Templar. It has Hallucination, Storm, and Merge into Archon as its 3 abilities. Another double drop comes in right after that one. Oh, very cute. Not that much Marine Marauder in here, though. But he will be able to eventually take out the cannon. Oh, Storm says, get out of here, boy. Those medevacs incredibly damaged right now. But nice multi-drops, guys. Spirit is so good at making the game messy when he's in a hard spot. StarCraft 2 cannons plus probes being pulled. Remember, there's no warpins available. These StarCraft 2 drops are kind of insane. One of the crazy things about StarCraft 2 Terran is medevacs are not just a dropship, they're also a healing unit, and they have a boost. It's like they took 4 different... It's like, they're like, do you want permanently stimmed Marines and a medic and a dropship combined into... Like, what the hell, dude? It's crazy, the mobility. And you can see, unless you get those Corsairs or something out to shut down the airspace, he can bounce between these bases and make it really hard for Classic to defend. And this might just drag him back into the game. Problem, StarCraft 1 carriers are building, guys. Now, for those who don't know, the closest thing you get to a GG button in StarCraft 1 games is the StarCraft 1 carrier. But that's partially tied to how the engine works. And then it's really hard to get, like, you know, Goliaths underneath it or anything. I wonder how StarCraft 1 carrier goes versus, like, Vikings, for instance. I mean, there's no ship weapon upgrades, and not that many upgrades in general for the Terran. So I think it'll be tough either way. Dude, look at these Archons. Dude, Archons used to be so glowy, didn't they? Look at these glowy Archons. They're big. They look like they're still merging, you know? It looks like they're kind of... How do they see anything? Feels like they've got cotton wool in their eyes the whole time. Carrier's looking for the drop. It's only got 2 interceptors right now. You need to upgrade the carrier capacity upgrade to get 4 interceptors. Builds his first interceptor. They don't spawn with any. And the single interceptor... You can see carriers when they spawn. Yeah, StarCraft 1... Building towards carriers is a real slow burn. If he clicks the fleet beacon, it might actually be really good. But here come a few interceptors, going to start cleaning this up on the right side. Storm to clear up the drop, but loses a few probes, and it feels like Classic's ahead. But Spirit's finding a way to make the game messy, and there is still hope that he can bring back this final game in this series, especially if he can get rid of Graviton Catapult 10 seconds before it finishes. The carriers should have kept fighting. Why'd he pull the carriers away, guys? Classic 2 distracted by the multi-drops. He loses a few more probes. He loses his fleet beacon. He restarts it, but that's a massive delay on carriers. Hitting that power spike. This is such a big problem, dude. This is such a big problem. This is such a big problem. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, damn. Okay, Bio going forwards as well. There's people tagging me in chat. You got to tag me in the same message that you write. Otherwise, it's too far up in the chat, man. I can't scroll up in chat while I'm casting. Nexus gets sniped on the left side. On the right side, that drop goes down. The Bio kills the base, but if he gets cornered by Storms again... No, no, no. The Storms! The Storms! Can the Prism unload? Oh, okay. The Storm hits mostly his own units. Got to be careful. These are Starcraft 1 Storms. The Prism dies, or should I say the shuttle dies to that. The Widow Mines ends up having to storm the Widow Mines and stuff. Dude, this is a good micro by Spirit. If Spirit can get out, he's got to pull out. Pick up and leave. Pick up and leave. You're cornered. Get out. Get out. Spirit, you're waiting too long. You're waiting too long. Run, run, run. He loses one full medevac, but he gets the rest out. That's a good trade, I would say, for Spirit, considering how bad this position is. Remember, Fleet Beacon's finished, but he has not remembered just yet to rebuild the Graviton Catapult, or not Graviton, but, you know, carrier capacity upgrade. The drop goes back in on the left side. He scans there, but he sees it. Oh, he's going to lose 2 full medevacs, or 1.5 full medevacs anyway. Zealots at home, not quite enough to defend. Dude, this is crazy. Spirit's making this game as messy as he possibly can right now. Oh, me, oh my. Oh, no, the Nexus is going to take damage as well. It's going to go down. Single carrier. You got to click the medevac. You got to kill the medevac. But, oh, the carrier flies over the Marines. Carrier, 375 or 475 total hit points and shields. It barely gets out of there. The carrier refusing to die, still regenerating shields, and it will be... No, the last Marine. Sorry, I didn't realize that one was Arnold Schwarzenegger right there. That man took that carrier down with his last dying breath. Very heroic. But the Nexus are getting rebuilt. Classic, popping them back up, but he's down on workers now, and Spirit's actually mining more. It's just, how do you defend? 3 Archons, 3 Carriers, 12 Stalkers, 3 High Templar, 9 Zealots with what? A few Marines, Ghosts, Medevacs, Marauders. Spirit is trying to make magic happen in this game. He has been miles behind for a long time. He's trading worse than Classic overall as well. He's killed a lot of economy, a lot of probes, a lot of Nexus. But carrier capacity is on the way. It's almost finished. He's once again, for the 3rd time in this game, we're going to see Protoss goes down the left path, Terran goes down the right. Yet again. You got to push Classic. You got to push. You have to commit now. The Zealots come out, stumble into this Terran army, but he's got High Templar there. If he moves the High Templar forward, he can zone this with Storm. Forces him back for at least a few seconds. Spirit playing very well with the scans, though. He can rotate this army left, and the High Templar won't be able to defend. Zealots clear out the 3rd base. Every SCV goes down. The Planetary is going to get busted as well. He does storm the SCVs, but the Planetary actually kills 2 High Templar. One of them dying to his own Psystorm, which is kind of hilarious. The rest of the army comes down trying to defend. The 3rd base of Protoss does fall. If you could take out these left 2 bases, I think Spirit might still have a chance. But defending this natural is going to be tough. He's got Widow Mines. He's got a pack of Bio, and he knows he has to do a fighting retreat to try and defend. A couple of Interceptors do get taken out by Widow Mines, but not devastating in the middle of the clump. At the same time, probes do run. The Bio moves over there. A few of the probes running across the map. Looks like Classic is embracing the base trade right now. Game 5 is a barn burner on Silphid after an insane series with back and forth cheese, madness, and all the rest. And I love that StarCraft 1 is actually dominating later on in the game here. Something we always kind of surmised and thought, oh, wouldn't StarCraft 1 units be a bit broken later on? But it's just hard getting there against some of these StarCraft 2 mechanics. But I love that Storm has done so well in this series. On the other hand, the Medevacs have done fantastically well. So hard to deal with those. The Bio grouping up tops, Dragoons, Archons, Carriers moving north, clearing out this main base. Buildings trying to float away so he doesn't lose the base trade. Spirit, he needs to actually get a base trade going though, and with this High Templar Dragoon Zealot pack, it's all about landing an EMP on those High Templar. Otherwise, if Classic just spreads those out, he's fine. As long as he spreads them out, as long as he spreads them out, he does not spread them out. He does land 2 juicy storms on the Marauders. A 3rd storm goes down, a 4th storm goes down. It zones, but it doesn't really stop him. The carrier's thinking about coming back. Not sure. He's going to find the command center right here. Marine Marauder on that left side. Army's moving in. More High Templar. Well, only one of them building, and it's still 15 seconds from popping. Maybe even longer than that. Carriers take out the command center on that side. This barracks floating away will go down as well. Carrier's coming back. He's going to try an EMP. Nice ghost drop from Spirit. EMP is the High Templar. Forces him to morph into an Archon. The Zealots on their own not going to do well versus this Bioforce. The Archon gets busted, but the Carriers are almost back. He's only got so much time in this base to hang out before things go awry. A High Templar pops out, lands a Storm. does get a bit of the bio, but not a massive amount. Archon's coming forward. Bio moving left. Zealot Dragoon on the left. Dragoon Archon Carrier on the right. He's out of time. He's out of space. And he's so far down in army supply and worker supply. Spirit's last stand is going to be a brutal one. He holds his ground. He stands and he eats interceptors. He eats lasers. And he does get taken down. Classic winning with StarCraft 1 Protoss in the final game. And it all comes back to some absolutely incredible storms over here. I can't rewind the game or it will crash. But that first big push or second one where he came in, got cornered by storms. And especially, I think there was like 4 zealots here that was stopping. The whole bio army was trying to stutter step through and they could not get past those few zealots holding the choke, which allowed the storms to land all in this area. Brutal storms for a classic. Lovely storm drop he did on this third base as well. And that was just really fun. I hope you guys enjoyed these games. I certainly did. And shout out to Hyper One and everyone else over there organizing the StarCraft Evolution League. Really cool to see StarCraft 1 up against StarCraft 2 in a fantastic mod. Thanks for the replays, guys. GG, well played. All right. Guess what, guys? Turns out it's not over. I thought it was over. It's not over. Apparently, Spirit came from the upper bracket. So Classic, because he won that series, has to win another best of 3 to win the tournament. It's all going to be decided now by a best of 3. So we've got ourselves a gateway going down for Classic on the left, Spirit on the right side, with Barracks into Gas. ST2 versus StarCraft 1. And of course, this is a StarCraft 1 Terran getting Proxy 2 gated by a StarCraft 2 Protoss. Classic gonna mount some aggression. I mean, Spirit has basically refused to SCV scout all series long. He's being really stubborn on that. And Classic started to punish him more and more. And I think Spirit, man, he's got to realize, like, you can't be so greedy with StarCraft 1 Terran, dude. StarCraft 2 Terran, maybe, though even then he got caught out, you know, skipping a bunker and whatnot. We'll see. I mean, if he doesn't get a bunker up, he's screwed. And ideally, he stays on the high ground. But with no SCV scout, he's sending it out. But it's too late. He's already going to start the command center on the natural. Oh, this is going to be tough, guys. This is going to be really tough. Formats are wild these days. But it's not unheard of. If you've got a double elimination bracket, you got to realize Spirit didn't lose any series up to this point. Classic already dropped a series, fought his way back from the losers bracket, so they do sometimes do this. It is something that's kind of unique in video games, and StarCraft especially is doing the double series straight away. We're choosing not to do this sort of format for Pigfest, specifically because in Pigfest, you know, we want that finals to just be, hey, it's a best of 9, that's it. It's an epic series already. The guy who lost had to win an extra match to get there. Yes, the guy who won didn't lose a series. You know, it's kind of a shame that he just gets rewarded by not having to play as many games, but it is what it is. I think it makes it more exciting grand finals rather than, hey, you won a best of 5, now you have to win another best of 3. Anyways, we'll see how we go. Marines and SCVs fighting right now. SCVs with 68 points do pretty well versus these StarCraft 2 Zealots. Only one Marine goes down so far. The Zealot's going to start to pull back. Those Marines, nice stutter step, dude. Does do some good damage. Bunker's almost up. If you can get the bunker up, that'll be big. 4 seconds left. Those Marines need to get inside, man. Get inside the bunker. And he's in. But the bunker doesn't fully cover the front, and that's a problem. If that bunker was just to the space, 1 or 2 spaces, to the left 1 or 2 spaces, it'd be a big difference maker. Machine shop's coming down right there, guys. And remember, that takes a while to build. Only 18 seconds for 750 hit points. That has got to be the tankiest building in all of existence, right? In StarCraft 1 or StarCraft 2. In terms of hit points per build time, I don't think there's anything that gets hit points as quickly as a machine shop. 750 hit points in 18 seconds is wild. That command center can, of course, just lift and move away, but Adept's able to shade on past. Could be annoying in that main base. I think an Adept takes 3 shots to kill one of these SCVs, which same it takes to kill an SC2 SCV. Not too bad there. And he does take out one of those on the natural, still just repairing. Adept gets himself a kill. Rotates, but that SCV is going to have something to say. Oh, he gets one more SCV before he goes down. Now, the tank is here. He wants to be real careful with that tank. He's going to siege it now. The Stalkers, though, pretty well spread. Good repair. Oh, no, the tank, it's going to go down. Tank goes down. This is why you got to be more careful with that tank positioning. And having those Stalkers come in from multiple sides. Classic. So smart here. Dude, this is beautiful. All right, guys. SCV goes down. Stalkers trying to get even more damage as the Nexus and the Twilight Council goes down behind it. So Classic's got the economic follow-up. Forces this tank to siege on the high ground. He's kind of inching forward. The tank's already on siege. Another SCV taking big damage. And this command center just taking so much damage. Tank's just going to have to keep inching forward. Another tank's on the way. Still double SCV production. The Nexus is late enough. Spirit can recover from this for sure. but I think there's been enough damage for it to be well worth it for Classic, just throwing him off. Double Adept in the main. Oh, that's huge. He's going to put 2 Marines in the bunker to help cover that tank. SCVs and Marines will try to defend the Adepts. The Adepts not. Oh, the Marines need to get on top. The Adepts killing 3 SCVs. They're going to get 4. It looks like that might be it, though. Just 4 SCVs. So not too bad. The tank's not sieged right now. Spirit's got to be cautious, dude. Marines and SCVs in the main trying to defend up there as well. Tank comes back as well. I think these Adepts are getting diminishing returns. At this point, Classic might be throwing a few too many units away. It's actually getting handled really well, and I think you have to leave as Classic. Classic wisely pulls back, takes a tank shot, few bunker hits, but nothing too bad, because you want to maintain position. If you lose these gateways, that's all your production right now. You're only now building your first safe gateways at home. So if you lose these gateways, you are screwed. You have to maintain unit presence on that side of the map. Spider-Mine research coming in, as well as Dark Shrine for Classic. Tank's starting to move out here. He's just going to try and attack. Wow, okay, Spirit coming forward. He's going to take out a few of these. Oh, he's mistiming his stutter step. He's trying to time it like a StarCraft 2 tank, but I think the StarCraft 1 tank shoots at a slightly different cadence. The Vulture runs forward, at least does get that Stalker, but losing a tank for that, a little bit rough. Third command center goes down on the high ground. The greed is real, all off one factory. And remember, guys, detection-wise, you do not have orbitals. You can make a Comsat station, but to do that, you need an academy. And why would you have an academy if you're playing mech? Well, as a StarCraft 2 player, you wouldn't, because you're just not going to bother. So you make an engineering bay and you make turrets, which he is making the engineering bay, so at least he's got that covered, but Darkshrine's getting awfully close. If he doesn't start that turret immediately, he could be screwed. Spider Mines in the main, ready for the blink up, is actually really nice. I think that's a very clever move, but he could still blink to the north and maybe only take a single one of those Spider Mines. Stalker's getting ready to blink into this main base. Tank's pretty far south. Oh, 2 Stalkers go down immediately to a tank shot and a few Spider Mines. That Spider Mine on the left not getting activated just yet. Factory building in the face of it. Oh, cancel, Spirit. He doesn't cancel the factory. It's a lot of money going down. Another SCV falls there. Spider Mines. Oh, does get himself a few more Stalkers. I think that's an okay hold for Spirit, but it's distracted him, which means the turret didn't build, which means the Dark Templar... Oh, wait, the turret's already up. Never mind, guys. Turret is already up. So the Dark Templar can't go in, and Classic's forced to build a third. Think about taking a 4th Nexus and just macro up. He's got a Chrono Probes. He's going Robo, Forge. And yeah, he's going to have to just play that classic anti-mech style. Prisms down the right, dropping Zealots, swarming with Zealot Immortal. Something which Spirit should struggle to deal with. Let's see if he can make mech happen. Because remember, guys, every time I see someone trying to play mech versus StarCraft 2 Protoss, I just hear, you know, Regina George getting mad at Gretchen for trying to make fetch happen. It's just stop trying to make mech happen. It's not going to happen. You know, like you can say it, oh, but mech is defender's advantage. Mech is the most efficient unit composition in the game if you're Artosis in 2014 before he gave up on constantly pretending mech was any good versus Protoss. Before he stopped repeating his lies. No, it's just, StarCraft 2 Protoss, it feels like to me, has all the things that are designed to make mech struggle. Stalker does blink away there. 2 gates are still up. Ion thrusters, that's the Vulture speed. Remember, once they get that, they're already a decently fast unit. When this kicks in... how do you describe, guys, how do you describe how fast a Vulture can move once I think it's a 50% move speed buff. It's like actually crazy. It's like a Zergling with Ling speed and adrenal glands who just took some meth. Yeah. Like these guys can just fly past. Look at their acceleration as well. Like it literally feels like it's not right with how fast. You're like, is this for real? Now this is pod racing. Dark Templar drop going towards the main base. He's got Stalkers in the south. I don't think there's a turret in that main. He's starting to build him now, but oh, dude, he has no mobile detection. He has no mobile detection at all. He's just started making Comsat stations only now. I think a Dark Templar ran in the third and got killed. SCVs have to run away. And he's going to target those exposed machine shops, which remember, have 750 life. Also, it takes 2 hits to kill the SCVs because they're StarCraft 1 SCVs. They're so tanky, man. Dude, these machine shops just won't die. He's trying to make the Goliath upgrade. The machine shops just laugh at him. And meanwhile, Vulture run by. Uh-oh. Stalkers do recall over here. Remember, Vultures don't do splash damage, though. So as fast as they are and as annoying as they are, you do need to do some pretty frantic micro to actually kill that much with them as they take 2 shots just to kill a probe. And there we go. He's going to get, you know, just 1 or 2 probes, not too many. Scan in the main does protect against the Prism. Just going to fly down to that low ground third, drop those Dark Templar, and does drag a bit of friendly fire into the worker line. But it seems like the detection is enough from this turret. The turret provides a big ring of detection from so far back. All right, guys, so machine shops are going to get repaired. They're going to take forever to burn down with how tanky they are. 5 Goliaths building to get rid of this drop. That Academy, of course, is up over there. So vehicle weapons finally coming in. Classic has the entire map. He can kind of do whatever he wants while he harasses with this. If Spirit can win Mech versus Protoss, I would be very excited. But I feel like, you know, Classic's inevitably going to go Tempests. And I don't think even the Goliaths can deal with Tempest Disruptor or something. Whoa, he goes for a crazy attack. Classic. Wild attack on the front. Breaks a few of these tanks, but I don't think he has the numbers with the Spider Mines backing it up. I don't know if that was a good trade, man. Then again, Prism in the main. That's always so hard to deal with. No Spider Mines in the main. The Goliaths and the turrets weren't there ready to stop it just yet. And the power of building units in your opponent's base, pretty good. Then again, only 9 workers go down. If Spirit can just keep building SCVs and command centers, he'll be okay. The Prism goes down to that Goliath. Dark Templar goes down as well. Not a bad trade. Units lost tab 3,000 resources more efficient almost for Spirit. Cleans up these last Stalkers. And he's still morphing in Archon, Zealot, Stalker on the front. Archons are decent for tanking. They're not big damage dealers. He's only building 1 Immortal. For me, I always feel like the best army is like lots of Zealots and Immortals. Vultures are going to do how much damage versus like 22? Pretty good against Zealots, but I mean, they're still not going to kill them fast. I feel like Zealots are going to charge on top, and the Vulture's so fragile at only 80 hit points, it'll still be a struggle. You can see just how quickly they get stabbed. Classic being really annoying, but he's not really taking a breath to go to the later stage. I'd love to see him denying this base on the left side. Remember, no planetary fortresses for StarCraft 1 Terran, so they don't have that really powerful static D. Tanks, Goliaths are defending. Stalker's getting pushed back. I think you got to leave your army pre-sieged as Spirit. He's trying to keep it clumped up. That left base is getting really exposed. He's got to defend this. Those tanks have to siege sooner rather than later. They do so. Command center does lift. SCV's going to have to pull away. Tanks, Vultures, and Goliaths coming forward. He's going to have to inch these Spider Mines closer and closer to the front to make it hard for these Zealots to get anywhere near him. You can see, oh, whenever he chases into the Vultures, the Spider Mines wreck. Dude, that's awesome. 4 depots being built at once as he is very supply blocked right now. Going to send a Vulture run by out, and I think those are going to be crucial. Classic really is trying to be in his face from start to finish. And oh, he's going to try and clear the Spider Mines with mostly a Stalker army. Classic playing like a crazy person. Guys, Classic's going mass Stalker versus StarCraft 1 tanks. Oh my gosh. He's throwing away his units. He loses a lot of probes over there. Some of them do run away. But if he could break the position, it might be worth it. Tank on the high ground is the saving grace. It's going to take out those Archons. These Vultures on the right side. Gonna have to run away from these Stalkers right now as the Immortal Stalker on the front. Slowly getting shelled by this one tank on the high ground. A few more tanks come forward. Immortals, very scary units versus Mech. But look at this. The tanks, good micro from Spirit. The Immortals getting really low. The Zealots are coming forward with that charge. These low hit point tanks desperately try to survive. 2 of them do go down. But it's a lot of Immortals and Zealots being traded for it. And Classic's only on 68 workers. It feels like Classic is desperately trying to beat him down. And yet Spirit's the one on 80 workers. He's weathering the storm. He might just be making Mech happen right now. Dude, Classic. He doesn't want to let this 4th base go up, but it's up, dude. It is up. Spirit's doing this. I think Spirit's actually, he's got the supply lead. He's got 4 tanks building at a time. He has 9 factories spamming out the Spider Mines. Yes, he's lost a lot of workers, but he's replacing them as fast as they go down. I mean, this is wild just how well he is defending Spider Mines landing on the Stalkers. You see he's lost 50 SCVs this game, but he's still up 80 versus 73. And that command center, yes, it's a bit vulnerable, but the Stalkers, they're very expensive units. And this is, I think, being Classic's big downfall is he's so Stalker focused and he gets a good little engagement. Problem is, but wait, Zealots come in, Zealots come in. Spider Mine's doing okay, but they do take out a few tanks, and all the SCVs get wrecked. Okay, it's worth it, never mind. Everything I said, because he pulled all these Vultures away, Classic couldn't quite defend. The Spider Mines just cleared all the workers. The 4th base went down. The Stalkers go a little bit deep here. They're taking some very nasty tank shots, but they take out a few tanks as well. Defends his own base with only 9 probe losses. Huge plays here for Classic. Getting rid of that 4th base while getting your own 5th up in the top right, I think it's just barely enough to break Mech. Mech needs all those units together, and I think the Observer's giving him so much vision clearing up the observers, that sort of stuff, really allowing him to come into his own. 4th command center rebuilding. Remember, the resources are half gone in the main, they're half gone in the natural. If these were StarCraft 1 resource layouts, I would like this better for Spirit. But because it's StarCraft 2 resource layouts, it also favors the Protoss because those bases mine out. Otherwise, Spirit could have camped on 3 bases for much longer. Stalker Immortal on that left side. Vulture's going to come in yet again, pick off a few probes. He's already used up all of his spider mines, so can't place any more down. Gets himself 5 probes for a Vulture. Great trade. If you could get some in the natural and the main, I think that would be really nice as well. And yeah. So just make sure you're hitting multiple angles. Look at how fast they are, dude. When these guys run in your mineral line, it just feels ridiculous. But they don't have splash damage. You know, they have to stop and shoot pretty slowly. They can only attack once every 1.36 seconds. So, you know, they don't actually go too crazy, and it takes a lot of micro and attention to make sure they get in there. It's not like a Widow Mine that just could potentially kill 15 in one go. Stalker's coming forward here. So many Spider Mines on the ground. Oh my gosh, they do a lot. 125 damage versus armored units, guys. Vulture in the back of the main there. 19 probes have gone down. Classic had no static defense. Dude, Spirit fighting back with desperate Spider-Mine and Vulture run-bys, essentially. Spider-Mine defense and tanks resecuring his 4th base as we speak. And the Vulture up here is going to get behind the minerals, and he's going to take down another probe or 2. Dude, the Stalkers they're not dealing with it. They're not dealing with it. He's also sending another Vulture up. He's just going to keep clicking these in. Classic. I think he's breaking a little bit. You can see he's fraying at the edges, starting to make mistakes he was not making before. Remember, this is like 5 a.m. or something, Classic's time that he was playing this tournament. Spider-Mine does take out a Stalker there. Starts to take out these probes as well. The Stalker's trying to warp in. The Vulture's starting to smash these probes. And dude, the Vulture harassment for Spirit really doggedly keeping himself in this game as another big attack comes in. He's going to have to try and defend his base, run the SCVs out of there as fast as possible, mate. Vultures, Spider-Mines, and tanks trying to hang on. Those tanks need to siege up the command center. He's going to try and repair the command center and pull those SCVs back. Oh, the command center! Mass repair! Dude! Classic overcommits, doesn't get the command center, loses his entire Immortal army, and guess what? 44 probes have gone down because these Vultures just will not stop. It's 65 SCVs to 67 probes right now in the units. The workers killed count, Spirit was down 45 workers in comparison. Getting ahead now in the workers killed shows how much he has ruined Classic with those run-bys. You got to leave a few units around at those bases or a cannon or 2. Otherwise, you get screwed. And Classic was so in Spirit's face aggressive and just not shoring up his defenses, not having faith in the long term. Classic wanted to kill him in the here and now. He blinks after the Vultures into the tanks. The Stalkers get annihilated, and the Vultures even chasing them down, taking down the rest of these Stalkers. Spider-Mines getting thrown down. Tanks sieging this base. Tanks marching forward. It's a giant push. Zealot's going to try to counterattack, but I think his rally point can probably deal with that. That base is going to get absolutely hammered. 75 damage a shot versus armor. Those siege tanks blasting. Vultures force the recall of the probes. A few of those do get out. Bottom left side. Those SCVs need to run. Get out of here, Spirit. Zealot Stalker comes in, gets a few SCVs and a lift on the base. With the trails of Spider Mines, tanks behind it, I think he's safe at home. Tanks getting jumped on by Zealot Stalker. Only a single tank goes down, though. They blast them. Too much firepower for Terran Spirit fighting back from behind in this game. What a fantastic match this one has been. Classic, I felt like was kind of ahead, then a bit behind. Now he's back ahead again. Now he's way behind because this Vulture harass is just ruining him. He can't quite keep up. He doesn't have the money to keep up with 9 factories pumping Vultures and ruining his worker line. See, a few more of those probes do fall. Other side of the map, yes, Spirit doesn't have a 4th. Does he need a 4th base, though? He's denying this one. And you can see every time these Zealots and Stalkers chasing his Spider Mines, it does look pretty darn good for the Terran. Artosis would have already 3-0'd Classic. Well, you guys are going to remember, though, Classic is playing Protoss! And being a Protoss player, he basically... You know, even apes can play, guys. Even apes can play. That's something we learned from that man's stream many years ago. Zealot Prism. Oh, dude, so much damage, so much damage, so much damage. But look at this tank positioning. Yes, there's a lot of damage going on Spirit's economy. But probes are being pulled by Classic. Uh-oh. Tanks in the open, though. These Vultures weren't fully defending from the Zealot flank, so he actually loses a lot of tanks. It's a big mistake for Spirit. This is not a good fight for Spirit. I mean, it probably doesn't matter. Look at the supply, right? I can hear Todd in my ear going, look at D, look at D. Look at the supply. And the Goliath taking out the Prism is going to shut down the counter aggression. Still equal workers. 4th base is up. I can't believe Classic still has these gateways up. And Spirit hasn't seen it this entire game, guys. He has still not seen it. All right, Vulture's running around. Dude, Tank's landing some pretty good shots. The Vulture's smashing some of these Zealots. Spider-Mine spam mass Vulture is kind of insane. Tanks sieging forward. Dude, Spirit wins the first map in the best of 3, which means Classic gets to pick race in the next one. All right, guys, going into game 2. Spirit winning a game with mech against StarCraft 2 Protoss. I wonder if Classic changes his style. Classic has had a few moments against Protoss where he does these like fantastic, against mech, sorry, where he does these beautiful, fantastic moves, but I do feel there was room for him to maybe go 90 probes and just swarm Zealots from all sides, and, you know, or go Tempests and Storm is actually really hard for like Vultures to move in on that. I mean, the Vultures can kind of run forward and snipe by Templar. That's actually a funny thing. I do remember playing that interaction. I was playing at StarCraft 1 Terran, and they kept running in and sniping my Templar with the Vultures because they are so cheap and expendable. And I was like, this is annoying, but it's not super reliable for them. Command Center first? Dude. Is he going Command Center first into eBay block? That's so dumb, dude. No, Spirit, this can't be good, mate. eBay before barracks? Are you drunk, mate? Command Center and Engineering Bay before barracks. Am I watching Florencio? Guys, his first Marine's going to hit the field at like 6 minutes. Oh, gosh. I mean, luckily for him, Classic is going to build a Nexus still and not actually divert into a more economic plan. It just... I worry about that first Adept and Stalker coming across the map. Oh, no, he let the eBay finish. Oh, no. Wait, what? Oh, he's going to float it around the base and then bring it home because it's a StarCraft 1 Engineering Bay. It can fly. That's freaking hilarious, man. Oh, I tried to rotate my camera and I thought it broke the game for a sec, but no, it was just lagging. Okay, this is actually kind of cool. I love it. As much as I was worried, because if Classic was doing something aggressive, you're just dead. Your barracks is so late. But if he just takes a Nexus... Oh, but he's going to block the mineral mining. He's like, I'm going to block half your mineral patches, son. Whoa, guys. This is, what's her name? This is like that Maria, that lady squatting. What's that guy's name? Asian Andy. Yeah. So basically, Classic is going to have to be Asian Andy right here. And Spirit's going to be Maria. For anyone who watched that psychotic series of videos last year. Never watched that guy. I don't really like nuisance streamers normally, but somehow a nuisance streamer trying to deal with a squatter in their house was actually like the perfect combination. For anyone who doesn't know what we're talking about, I mean, you can look it up if you enjoy watching actual mental illness versus mental illness, like the showdown, it's pretty funny. Anyways, off track there. Let's keep talking about the game, shall we? Stalker's going to push back the Engineering Bay. We've got a bunker up. Turret goes down here on the natural. And we've got, of course, multiple factories with machine shops going down as well. So it's going to be into mech again, no doubt, for Spirit. And, I mean, who knows? Maybe the Vultures do make mech viable with StarCraft 1, but Proxy Oracle, extra gateway coming in as well. What can the Oracle get done? Turret goes up in the main. It feels like Spirit's so well covered. He might just 2-0 this. I don't know why, man. It just feels like he got away with the greediest build of all time, disrupted the opening, and he's ready for the Oracles that are going to come out and just run into missile turrets. It's a good start for him. Like, bunker covers the front. Yeah. Oracle comes in, gets maybe one SCV if he's lucky. Oh, God, he's not watching. Oh, no, Classic. Don't lose the Oracle. He managed to tickle a Vulture, get himself an SCV. You know what? That's not as bad as I thought it would be. Oh, so close to losing the Oracle, though. Dude, do StarCraft 1 turrets do more damage? What? 25 damage versus armored? Oh, did it at least only shoot a single rocket? If it at least only shoots a single rocket, I guess that's not too great, but damn. That's so weird. 25 damage versus armored, and it shoots as fast as a Marine. Wow. Okay, so this thing does as much damage as like just over 4 Marines shooting. Wow, it's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah, the Oracle, and it's got extra range as well, right? 7 range. So yeah, it's much more lethal than 4 or 5 Marines there. Pretty brutal. Oracles are armored these days. For those who don't know, they used to be a light unit, but they made them armored so that the Stalkers could deal with them a bit better in PvP, which is an interesting change. Stalker's going to deal with these spider mines, or at least some of them. Oh, he shot that one down before it connected. Nice. Goliath's coming out there. It's going to get Hellfire missiles. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Or Sharon boosters, I should say. Dude, uh-oh. No tank out yet. Stalkers just run past. But Goliaths, I mean, they're not that bad versus ground, especially if you pull a few SCVs here, right? I would like to see a few SCVs pulled. Oh! Oracle goes down. Goliath, mass repair on the Goliath. He's got to finish killing that Reddit Point Stalker at the back. Ah! Okay, finally the Stalkers go down. At the end of the day, units lost up. I think that's okay for Spirit. He's traded, yeah, very efficiently. And his third command center is halfway done. He's got vehicle weapons on the way. Classic, his third is up, but once again, it feels like Classic is so frantically trying to do damage, and I really wonder what the game would look like if he just took 2 Nexus, like take a 4th, take a 5th, hold the probe key down to 90 workers, and let the Terran come to you. Because like I feel like Classic is kind of like a blink stalker in your face. I'm gonna harass you from start to finish, and I guess the reason he's doing this is because if you give any room, Spirit's just gonna have spider mines everywhere. He's gonna have vultures in your natural, vultures in your 4th base, and take a 4th base at the same time. And like I guess there's like, if you let the mech Terran player from StarCraft 1 have map control, the spider mines and the vultures just become too much of a problem. So he's like, no, I need to keep you in your corner. I can't let you expand. But Spirit did a really good job of defending last game. We'll see how it goes this game around. Needs more vultures, vehicle armor, ion thrusters on the way to help those guys do their little counterattack. Stalkers blink forward. Super good trade. 1 Stalker for a tank. Brilliant. Brilliant play there. Third factory is now up. He's got to keep building these tanks, dude. Every tank you lose is deadly. And like I said, one of my favorite ways to break mech is usually just attack with Zealots and Stalkers on the front with a spread and fly a Prism in the back and warp in Zealots in the back as well. If you can do all that, it's really hard to deal with. But there's no Robo this game. And the 4th base hasn't even started yet. So Classic's doing it on a low economy, and that low economy is about to be in trouble. Red Hit Point Vulture goes in behind the 3rd. These 3 Vultures go into the natural. He's going to blink on the front, though. He kills the tank. Oh, he kills the tank. Okay, Vultures forcing big Stalker Warpins there. Stalker Warpin over there as well. Already, 10 probes have gone down, but guess what? But only 1 tank on the high ground. These Stalkers are going to be a menace, man. They're doing so much damage. Vultures on that side do get chased away. Stalkers blinking after them. Down here, these Stalkers killing too much on this 3rd. These SCVs, this command center needs to be abandoned for now. Spirit, you know what? I think the Goliaths might have been a mistake, guys. I think if he built like 1 or 2 Goliaths at most, and otherwise just focused on the tanks and the Vultures, it would have been good. But because he focused on all those Goliaths and lost a bunch of them early, he just hasn't had really the tank count, and it feels like maybe he's thinking 2 steps ahead when he needs to think about right here, right now. The Vultures, though, going to slow down Classic's income growth. He's going to kill quite a few here. The Stalkers deal with it, but in the natural as well, that guy killed a few. The Vultures go down, but 6 more probes do fall. And oh, what? The Stalkers just retreated into spider mines. There was spider mines over there. I think he must have just walked into them. I don't know how many Stalkers just died, but it looked like at least 4 or 5 went down there. That was a big loss. I look back, I just see Stalker corpses. What in the hell? Oh my gosh. Okay, gotta watch out for those mines, dude. 60 workers versus 60 workers. These Zealots are gonna come in, spread out, trying to set off as many of these spider mines as possible. It's a lot of spider mines, though. Does get some friendly fire on the tanks. The tank's not covered. The Vultures weren't in position. And dude, look at that smooth attack. The StarCraft 2 engine allowing those units to get in and break the scariest part of that tank position. But I like the way these tanks are positioned for Spirit here. Stalker's going too deep now. Way too deep for Classic. What are we doing, man? Spirit comes down, tries to chase him. The Vultures need to keep dropping these spider mines. He's got a lot of them. Oh, and they are going to clear the Zealots, but the friendly fire is big, right? Oh, the Stalkers blink forward to kill the tank. They end up taking spider mines to the chin, though. Dude, barely trying to survive his Spirit. Classic is so desperate, though. No 4th base. He's so all in with the way he's playing this. I have to wonder if there's a Prism in the back, a 4th base. Like, is there not room to get those extra pieces? But Classic's playing this like it's a desperate all in, and if you give him any room, Spirit's going to break you. And I don't know if that's true or not. It's so close, though. It's so evenly matched in this game. These spider mines, if you blink forward, dude, you're going to have a bad time. That spider mine unburrows, reburrows itself as those Stalkers back away. This is a 52 QD spider mine, by the way, guys. Is that what they were called in StarCraft 1? This sounds like someone who friggin' read too many StarCraft books was like, no, Nova is a deep and detailed character. And I'm like, not if you played the game, man. It's like, people like, she even has her own mini campaign. If you still ask me anything about Nova, I'd be like, blonde girl ghost has gun? And that would, I could people like, well, I just think Tosh's arc is so fascinating. Prison dreadlocks, man? Like, I'm like, sorry, I don't know who any of these characters in StarCraft 2 are. Anyways, Stalker's chasing after the vultures there. There's going to be guys who read all the StarCraft books who are so mad. They're like, don't you should want to read. I actually do have, I will go read the StarCraft books at one point. I should do it sooner rather than later so I can make scathing review videos and just rage bait everyone. I've noticed that's what gets the views on the internet these days, guys. Everyone's so bad with their internet content consumption. Like, you know, we're like, I hate the state of the world now. It's so bad. It's all garbage content these days. I'm like, you realize you only think that because your algorithm shows you garbage because the AI figured out that you continually click on garbage, right? Like, you know how much of a cell phone it is when you point out, like, the whole world is just garbage, short attention span, clickbait, stupidity. I'm like, well, that's because you keep clicking on it. You know, like... You know the algorithm, like, it figures out what you actually spend the most time watching, and it keeps giving you that. This is the talk, by the way, if you're wondering, I'm not chiding you. This is the talk I have to remind myself of and have with myself on a bi-weekly basis when my algorithm goes rogue. You guys know when you open, like, your YouTube app or something, and it's like, cop punches puppy in the face or something, and you're like, why are you showing me this? Like, what? What? And then you think back and you're like, oh, I did click on that dumb video of this stupid thing, and then that other, and you realize, like, the algorithm has you pegged as a person who clicks on dumb, depressing stuff, and you're like, oh no, it knows. I clicked on 3 depressing videos, and now it just wants to show me depressing things. You're like, I gotta fix this. Anyways, Pig, we're here for the StarCraft commentary. We don't need your meta-analysis of social media habits, you freaking idiot. Cast the game, jarhead. All right, guy in the chat, guy in the comment section. I hear you. All right. I'll cast the game. This guy has siege tanks and vultures. He's making +2 vehicle weapons, still on single armory, going up to 7 factories right now. 3 more depots building. And he's got a 4 base established. Classic. It's time to go for Tempests and Storm. He does not have Storm. He does not have Tempest, and he's going corner carrier production off 1 Stargate at home. I still feel like Classic is in this, like, I'm just like, why are we not at 90 probes? Why are these gases not taken? And why aren't we building Tempest Storm? Like, it kind of feels like Classic is stuck in this holding pattern. Like, I gotta keep attacking. To be fair, there's no turret there, so it might work. Can I get a nice little Zealot unload? Prism into the main could be a nuisance. No Goliaths producing right now, so no mobile anti-air there. And without a starport, you don't... Actually, he does have a starport now. He's got to get a Wraith or something to deal with this. 3rd Stargate coming. Guys, StarCraft 2 carriers against StarCraft 1 Goliaths. Who the hell wins this? Goliaths have 8 range. Wait, only 8 range? Oh, these are not StarCraft 1 Goliaths, are they? These have been nerfed because of the StarCraft 2 engine. Okay, so I'm pretty sure the StarCraft 1 Goliath with the range upgrade had like 47 anti-air range. You guys can correct me on the exact stats, but I know as a kid when StarCraft 1 came out and they gave it the friggin' upgrade, and I was like, wait, Goliaths do what now? And they're like, oh yeah, these guys shoot across the friggin' screen. They still get stuck on each other and they kind of suck, but they shoot across the screen. Warp Prism just got taken down by a Wraith in the back corner. This is a giant push right now. There's only 2 carriers out. There's only 2 Goliaths though, so if you can kill the Goliaths with the carrier, we'll see how it goes. He's trying to take care of the carrier, but the tanks actually blocked that Goliath from getting in range. The tank's getting surrounded. The Immortals though get hammered. Ho ho ho! The Immortals get hammered, dude. Oh my lord, it's hammer time. But the Goliath rally gets cleaned up. No, it doesn't. Doesn't matter. The Goliath solos the carrier. The 2 Goliaths soloed the carrier. Because 2v1 is soloing, Pig. That's how it works. What can I say? Dude. He's got to keep pushing though. Don't get chased. Don't get lured away by 2 Stalkers. If Spirit Key is pushing, I think he's got this. Spirit might actually be asserting dominance and showing that StarCraft 1 mech beats everything. Now, to be fair, I do think Tempest would have been a much better decision for Classic, and I think if you have Tempest Storm, it's so hard to push into this. I also wonder how Disruptors do against this army. I mean, the modern Disruptor only does 100 damage, so maybe it struggles. Here we go! Tanks firing the Immortal Archon Carrier, coming forward. He just doesn't have enough units. The tank line goes on forever. The Immortals, even though they're well spread, do get cleared. The Wraith goes down. But that base is getting taken out, and Spirit's army is too thick, too large. Yeah. My Terran army don't want none unless you got Bunsun. And right now, this is a flat buttocks Protoss. 3 carriers, a few Stalkers, and an Immortal. This is a rather flaccid counterattack if I've ever seen one. Carriers, Immortal, Stalker trying to come over. That's a lot of Goliaths, boys. 2-1 upgrades for the Goliaths, plus 2 vehicle armors on the way as well. And the Goliaths are going to dive forward and start a step on those carriers very nicely. The Immortal will go down. The Zealots do clear the mineral line nicely. The tanks are all coming back as well. I like the way Classic's playing time. If Classic brings this back, it'll be pretty legendary. Goliath does take down the Stalker. Other Stalker finishes the Goliath off, trying to get out of there. Now, Goliaths are, of course, faster than a carrier. 3.67 versus 2.62 move speed. Can he get underneath it, though, that ledge? Potentially saving these carriers as they do a sharp turn on the corner. Going to try and get these carriers to safety. 2 tanks in the top left. Going to force the Zealot Warping. The Zealot Warping will be able to take it out. Remember, these tanks do 22 damage versus armor, 23 versus light, 36 versus armor. Damn, not bad. Carriers do get caught, though. At this point, Classic's running around desperately trying to find a way to buy time. He's got to be asking himself, dude, if I didn't think on the island map that he was cross map. If I had just gone directly to his natural, would I have just won the first series more? Actually, no, you did win the first series. That's why we got the second one. Actually, yeah, he still won the first series. He would have had to play this best of 3 either way, wouldn't he? Because he wouldn't have... Yeah, never mind. He'd be screwed either way, man. He'd be screwed. Spirit's mech too strong. And Spirit, for those who don't know, has always been a guy who loves turtling to late game and just like playing these big, giant, slow late game armies. I mean, he's played Katowice versus Nice. He played Mass Battlecruiser versus Mass Tempest, something we almost never see at pro level. Smash Nice with the teleporting and the Yamatoing his face off. But look at this. Immortal Archon, desperate counterattack. Classic's last-ditch effort to break the production. Archon's going to run forward. Spider Mines? Spider Mines? Hello? Dude. All right, let's go. Zealots are there. Going to be damaging the SCVs as well. Goliath's going to start to do some damage. Archon, Immortal Stalker, Zealot coming forwards right here. And, wow. He's going to break the production. I think that might be a winning move, right? Oh, wait! That's a lot of mechy boys! And they're heading over here. That ain't going to do jack, son. Spider-Mine's getting some juicy hits on these Zealots. Tanks coming out as well. If he sieges the tanks on that left side, which he's doing, look at that. Yeah, good luck breaking that production, man. Those tanks and Spider-Mines gonna blast the Archons. And I mean, it doesn't matter how hard you work, those Archons and Zealots will not be able to stop this mech army, guys. Too much mech on the dance floor. 126 army supply versus 56. Classic huffing copium here. He's like, but I got a flank, let's go! Zealot flank comes in, the Goliath's Gatling guns, their twin auto cannons gun them down. The Protoss disappears and Spirit gets a 2-0 in the final best of 3. What an epic finals. And I personally love it because we got to just see mech actually win. When I was doubting it the entire time, I was like, mech's too immobile. War prisms are too good. Zealots just charge on top and make you friendly fire. I'm sorry, I apologize. I underestimated the power of the Vulture and Spider Mines. Vultures and Spider Mines might just be legit. This might actually be the only way mech is viable versus Protoss. I don't know what it looks like at like the top level because who knows, maybe with Tempests break that style. I'm not quite sure. But either way, sick play for Spirit. GG, well played. Love to see some mech happening. Well played on winning the SC Evolution League number 7. GG, well played, mate.